Just dealing with these brutes. So, we see that we got the Great Oracle, and we also might have gotten another social policy just from accumulation of social policies. So let's do that first. So we'll pick representation. That's the last one in the Liberty tree. And if we highlight Liberty, we see that the bonus from getting all of the text in the Liberty tree, all of those social policies, is that we get a free great person of our choice. And they'll spawn near the capital. Now, I'm kind of hesitant to do this only because there are barbarians around, and I'm afraid that whatever free great person we get might spawn somewhere that a barbarian will kill it. But let's hope that just doesn't happen. So, when we adopt that policy, we now get a new thing popping up here that lets us select the free great person that we want. And so we have a bunch of options here. I think we all know which one we're going to go for because this is the way we've been playing this game so far. We want a great scientist.
Yes, we do. Great scientists,
we do.
In my humble opinion, are the best great people in the game. Are you kidding me? Great scientist, followed by great engineer, followed by great writer. Those are the ones you want.
So you can see that there's all different kinds of these, and depending on the kind of victory you're going for, you're going to want to pick a different kind of great person for this bonus, but throughout the game, you're going to be able to generate great people. And so what we see here, we see the great scientist is focused on science, obviously. The great merchant is going to be focused on getting you gold. Great engineer is going to be focused on getting you production. You can even rush wonders. And so they're really, really valuable units. And you want to make sure that you're focused on the kind of great people that you want. But we want a great scientist. So I'm going to click on that. Rick, do you want to tell us a little bit more about great people in general?
Yeah, so great people can usually do one of two things. Like in the instance of the great scientist, you can either build an improvement on a tile that's going to boost your science every turn, or you can use your great science to give your civilization one great scientific boost, which is just going to give you a huge bonus to science, which typically will, if not give you one free policy, give you a ton of research towards a new technology. Mm-hmm. So say you're researching currency and you have 12 turns to wait on currency. Expending that great scientist is going to knock that down to one turn, or maybe even give it to you for free based on how much science you're getting from this great scientist. Great engineers are going to give you a huge bonus toward building something. It's a great idea to save up your engineers if you're building a world wonder. If you're building a world wonder and you want to make sure that you get that wonder before any other civilization, use that great engineer to give yourself a boost to production and ensure that you get that great wonder.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's kind of the key about them, is they're a versatile unit that can really help you get a nice bonus. And I think with this great scientist for this turn, what we're going to do is we're just going to let him sleep in the capital until I feel like it's safe to move him outside of the walls. But I think we're going to probably use him to construct an academy on one of our tiles, because when you're this early in the game, you can kind of think of it as a long-term goal, that the amount of science that you're going to get from improving that tile with an academy is going to be more than the bonus that you get in the short term by just using him to discover a technology this early on in the game. So we're going to let him sleep in the capital for now. Our scout has now healed. I'm going to send him a little bit further north than he was last time. Hopefully he won't get in trouble. Oh, we've met Hanoi. Looks like we have another policy that we can use. So I think we're going to use this in the... What do you think? Just in the tradition tree?
I think tradition.
Yeah, the Liberty and Tradition are good trees, and adopting the Tradition tree is going to give us a bonus to culture in our capital. So we'll do that.
Until rationalism opens, Tradition is a good way to go.
And then choosing production here, we just got the ability to build markets. Oh, and we also just got the ability to build the Hanging Gardens since we adopted Tradition. And so we had talked about that earlier, but it wasn't open to us because we weren't a Tradition empire, but now we are. So let's get that one in queue. And yeah, we'll go ahead and move forward with our turn. Alright, you can see the barbarians are running away a little bit. Let's continue to fight them off. Nice. You leave our pigs alone. I have a special proclivity towards the pigs. I am a wild pig. And as you can see, I'm moving the... this great scientist out into this forest tile, and I think I'm going to build the academy on that tile there, just right next to our city. Usually you want to pick a pretty nice tile to put them on, and if you were to put them, like let's say I go and put him on the iron tile, that actually wouldn't be a bad move. Maybe I'll do that. It will still hook up the resource, so you're not losing the resource by putting the Great Scientist there. So I'm actually going to hook up the iron with the Great Scientist. Think that's a good move, Rick?
I think it's a great move.
Okay. Let's just go ahead and start building another farm here. I'm still worried about barbarians coming back and attacking him there. Let's move into this range over here. And let's continue to explore. Hopefully those spearmen over there will leave us alone. Okay, which way do you think I should go with the scout? Just kind of straight to the east?
I think you should go east, yes.
Oh, and perfect. This is something I was hoping that we would find, and thankfully we did in this last video. We have just discovered Mount Fuji. This is a natural wonder. Rick, do you want to tell us about these natural wonders?
Natural wonders, they pop up randomly in maps. There are a bunch of different natural wonders that give your civilization bonuses depending on what wonder they are. In this instance, this is Mount Fuji, which is giving a +3 faith and a +3 culture, as well as a +2 gold bonus to a civilization, which works this tile. So if Price were to move a civilization within range of Mount Fuji.
Yeah, if I were to found a city somewhere within range here.
And have a civilian work that tile, he would gain a +3 faith bonus and a +3 culture bonus to that. Natural wonders are a huge thing with civilizations like Spain.
Spain in particular is built entirely around natural wonders.
Spain gets a double bonus to natural resource or to national wonder resources. So if we were playing Spain, we would get a +6 culture, +6 faith bonus.
Yeah,
it's pretty impressive stuff.
And the gold as well. So I mean, these are amazingly useful tiles. You don't have to improve them, and you actually can't improve them. And they can't be walked across or sailed across or anything like that, depending on the wonder. And so they're also kind of a protected tile. They can't be blocked or pillaged or anything. And so they're really, really powerful tiles, especially in the early game, and especially if you're playing as Spain. If you find natural wonders, you can really put yourself way out ahead by getting double the resources from them.
Yeah, natural resources are just they're a beautiful thing.
Yeah. Okay. Let's continue to move forward in our turns. I'm glad we found that. That was nice. And got to get rid of those dang barbarians. They're everywhere.
So what are you currently researching right now?
We're researching engineering.
Okay.
Which, if we look at that, that'll give us the ability to build the Great Wall. That'll give us the ability to build aqueducts, which give us more food. We can construct forts, which are defensive tile improvements, so they give a bonus to any units that are stationed in that tile and fortified. And they also allow us to build bridges over rivers, and we can establish additional trade routes. Engineering is a really powerful one, and it'll get us towards metal casting, which will put us into the medieval era, which is kind of what we were putting as the end spot on this video series, as like a good place to get to. And we're just going to continue to do that. And so you guys can now see I'm going to found the academy on the iron tile over here. And you'll see that that's going to give us +8 science worked by that tile. And so just, to look at that, we're total across our empire currently producing 34.25 from cities. So by getting a +8 to that, we're going to get a huge boost to our science output. So academies in early game are really, really useful, probably more useful than just rushing a technology. So we're going to do that, and look at that tile. That's hugely valuable now. Okay. And we're going to start our next turn. Let's kill those archers because they are just irritating me. And let's do that. Finally. Let's get the scout running around. Oh, it's a dangerous spot, but that's okay. Let's go hook up these horses. And so as you can see, you know, every turn now that I've got my cities established, now we've got stuff going, it just kind of, you get into this flow of knowing, like, what do you need to get? We need to get everything online. We need to get everything set up. In Krakow, I think what we're going to do is we're going to produce a lighthouse, which is going to give us bonus food from the tiles on the sea. It's kind of like a granary for sea tiles. And since we have fish over there, it's going to be doubly useful for that reason.
But you will want to create a fishing boat.
That's true. That's
for
true.
that fish tile as well.
For that particular reason, indeed. Did we kill that guy yet? All right, this will be a decisive victory, as we can see. Hopefully this will actually kill him, and then we can get these tiles repaired, because as you can see, our happiness is currently at 0, because since this truffle camp was pillaged, we're not getting the happiness bonus from it anymore. And we are unhappy.
Oh, no.
But that's okay. It's important for you guys to see what that looks like. So let me hover that. So you can see what is happening now. Our cities will grow at 1/4 speed. So you can see that our cities are just going to take forever to get any more food out of them, any more units or population. And we're going to take a small hit to production. So 2% reduction in production. So you want to get happiness dealt with as soon as possible. And I think that that's something that we'll do very quickly, but we're also coming to the end of this video, so it's not a huge issue to worry about right now. We've got 3 turns until we're done with metal casting, and that'll put us into the medieval era, and we'll get our final social policy. So I think let's just go ahead and rush towards that. Let's move our scout around, and some turns. Oh, and we're going to get the Hanging Gardens at the same time as getting into the medieval era. So let's do that. All right. Whew, big turn here. We got another social policy for reaching a new era. If we go and look at our research, having a little bit of trouble now because the animations are still going from that attack. Okay. If we go and look at our research, we have now reached the medieval era. We got a whole huge range of other things open to us now. I'm just going to click on one for now. We've got a new social policy that we can pick, so we could boost things in the tradition tree. I'm going to get the bonus to wonders for right now. Our scout got an upgrade. We'll actually use him to... We'll heal him, and we'll kill that archer for Hanoi. And we could choose new production here, but I think that covers pretty much everything that we wanted you guys to see. What do you think, Rick? Is there something else that you wanted to talk about?
I think we covered all of the early game basics. I mean, there's obviously going to be things that you guys are going to run into that are new and challenging, but we've given you the building blocks that you need to grow.
Yeah, I think that we've covered pretty much all of the things that you would need to know to really get through this first stage of the game. We haven't really talked about how to win. We've just talked about how to kind of set up your infrastructure. And the next part of the series that we're going to start, we're going to talk about how to get different victory conditions and all that, but that's going to be a whole different video series where we talk about, say, science victories, culture victories, all of that kind of stuff. But
you'll have to stay tuned because we will be playing against each other, and it will be no holds barred.
Oh, this guy's going down. Let me tell you.
It's going to be bloody.
There is going to be some dissent sowed among the ranks of Stumpt Gaming.
It's going to be terrible.
So I think that covers it, and hopefully you guys have gotten past, if you were having maybe some anxiety around getting started with Civ, hopefully that helps you guys feel a little more confident to just jump in. You understand the basic components, you understand how to get going, and you can really explore playing this game, because it's one of my favorite games. Rick, I think it's probably one of your favorite games too, right?
It is my favorite game of all time.
Yeah, and so I think that you guys should get as much enjoyment out of it as we do. So with that, thanks for watching. I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, please give us a like, a favorite, and a subscription. Check out the other videos on our channel. Go buy Civ V. It is amazing. Yeah, I've been Price. I've been joined by Rick, and we'll see you guys next time.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.